Yes, once again, we welcome you to Property Matta. Property Matta on Top WAP TV, where we're going to discuss everything we get to do with property, assets you deserve, you need to own one. Why? So that, we anchorman go they talk every time when they talk, they say, make everything we will work for. Moko no chop and control. I'm inside Shalanga. Say some people mention na inside Salanga. Na a day inside latrine, na a day. That one no go be our own portion. Make it for no be our portion, so that we go own property, even live for with children. Now make us design web this program we call Property Matter with person wey sabi and they talk about person wey be say in no tifun tedo inside outside as far as property acquisition sales self dey concern. Good morning, Mr. Debo.
Good morning, Chief.
Savio Debo. You don't do me to say.
I just say you don't finish. I just say you don't stop all this title allocation.
No, Slimmy asked me for live show today for Kukuluku say, waiting will they call you today and we agree say na Savio.
We agree.
Okay, that's
Chief.
But you asked me.
I said, Chief, what are you calling? Which name are you giving?
And I said Savio.
Did
Did you object?
No, I did not.
Okay. Savio Debo.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Slimmy, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, well done.
Debo.
How are you?
Very well.
Great. So today on Property Matter, we'll be continuing the topic we started last week. Okay. If you remember, we were talking about checklist of land with flexible payment plans. Okay, land will be say when you buy them, they allow you to pay small over time. Okay. What are the things that you need to watch out for? If you missed last week's episode, I would encourage you to go and watch it.
Yeah.
It's on the YouTube, okay?
Yeah.
Just go to WAP TV YouTube and check Property Matter, and watch them. Because you need to get the knowledge of that last week to add to the one where you go get today to make
And if you missed all of the ones we've been showing.
if you've missed
any
edition at all, or you probably just joining us today for the first time, then immediately after the show, run to YouTube and search out for Property Matter. May you watch past episodes, okay? So that's what we'll be talking about today. To start, I would like to repeat this thing where I done the talk for some time for this show. I say to buy property, no be 100-meter race. Me say no be sprint. No be say the one where you go just quick do am, finish am. To buy property, to hold am well, make you for benefit from am, na marathon. Na that kind of thing where then they run 10 kilometers. And something will go take like that because na inheritance. Yeah. You know, say na something where you feel pass to your heirs, your generation. Something will go take like that. You have to take the pains to make sure that you are doing the proper thing. When I make you know be say na ofege.
As you talk, one thing.
You carry for hand.
As you talk, one thing enter my quote enter my mind say.
Okay.
Ẹ̀mí kan lè lo ọkọ̀ gbó. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi kan lè lo légbó.
Which quote is that?
Insight.
I understand.
Okay.
The meaning be say if they very possible make one life, buy one motor, use and finish. Even sell am. But shey it possible make one person build house, can't finish the house. No, unless even
except na wetin build.
Even make it be ilé alámọ̀. Shey you know say some clay houses.
I don't know if person fit use car for 20 years. I don't know.
It's possible. I mean,
but you don't go see the maintenance at least. The quality will not drop.
Do you know, sir, that?
But it will be a deliberate act if you are doing that anyway.
You know, say some clay houses there our village.
Yeah.
We say if not for those clay houses, some people for no get any land for their town now. Now those clay houses, now their children
come demolish, come.
So
when you say clay house, they your village. I just wonder what you foresee be say. The houses where they are village because any other house they your village. No, we no be clay.
No. You don't open why. No let allow come for no monkey village now. Monkey village now Abuja.
You're not town now. Alaafin.
You know Alaafin.
You're mole.
I feel like going now. You have made my head sweat. I want to go home now.
Okay, so thank you very much for joining us. Like I said, to buy property, no be 100-meter race. Do am quick, sharp. Take time do your due diligence, do wetin you suppose do, put your eye for ground, make you for see where, know wetin you dey buy. And we talked about a lot of things that can come up from these instrumental payment plans and how you must secure your property. But one thing that I want to drive home today is that you see, because of our system, I won't say as a people, no, but I think it's our system that has made us this kind of people.
Okay.
Because from my own experience, we sell property to people where they here, we sell property to people where no they here, where they abroad. What we realize is that for this instrumental payment, a lot of the people where they abroad, that they keep to them, they know they fail. Even if they won't fail, they know the times, they will call the office. They will say, next month, sorry, I have one issue, blah, blah, blah. Please, can you allow me, not pay next month? So I would spread it over before I finish my installment. I will make it up and all of that. They will seek permission because all of that is in the FAQ. But you know, my brothers and sisters where they here, you know what's going to happen? From the time that they are even buying, problem don't start. Because the guy, because now 100,000 he get for hand though. Where if no say he go feed they pay for land though. Now 100,000. Then he come be say that month another 100,000 enter in hand. We no be say na consistent. So that one just happen that month.
We no me say go happen like that.
So he get 200,000. You won't come sell land to am. We be say na 100,000 you go they pay every month. Guess how many plots my brother go buy?
Maybe
na
one.
2. Because he get that 200 for hand. You don't think of next month when you supposed go like that. You go think say no how. Something go show. So you go buy 2 plots. So from day one, na a candidate for default. And when you read a lot of those terms and conditions, you know I tell you say make you dey read terms and conditions. Even if you buy land for one company, you know, before make I digress a bit. You know, some people are funny such that they are educated, but maybe their desire to just outsource their investment decision, okay, or to be irresponsible about it, will make them look uneducated or illiterate when they start talking after the facts. Because some people will tell you, so now you are now telling me about terms and conditions that has always been. That you signed, that you have read.
For a product
with your level of education.
That you signed, that you have read. Maybe it's now convenient for you. They will now be saying it as if it is now that you are bringing those things. The things that have always been there. Don't let us do all those things. All those things don't help anything in any way. It doesn't count when it comes to looking at the issues on ground. So, and because you bought one land, for example, you see some companies, they get different names for their estates. You get a CB. Okay, those different names, they are telling you that these are different products. Even if na land for here, but we call them different names.
Because even for what TV here, we get kukuruku, we get nena, we get ivolododo, but everything are wap.
Na wap.
And different things
under the same umbrella.
Exactly.
But different products.
Don't say that because you now bought estate A from them, they now brought estate B. You are using the terms and conditions
of estate A
to
negotiate. Never. See, Olododo and Nena not the same thing.
Never.
Different things.
Yamakpo,
no get Yamakpo. Where you want to see?
You
know if you get Yamakpo.
Na English Nena get.
Nena get Sidren.
Sidren.
For me. Yamakpo ide. Gidigba.
Yeah, this is your Yamakpo.
Yamakpo
na. No, say that. Okay, you've not seen Oros. You get Yamakpo, you get Osaramo. What again? You get them.
Tí wọ́n lọ London, tí wọ́n dey under 1 minute.
Spirit.
They will go London, they will come back.
Now the people when they work with spirit.
They even send me to you. They send me to you, but I will tell you later. You get one land where you won't go inspect. Before you go, make you wash your 2 legs. Something that land.
Okay, but
me, I be head of Yamo.
Yeah.
I pass Yamo.
Where though?
Yamo don't be send it to me. Now, riffing that they call that one.
You have to bring a spirit.
For spiritual realm, Yamo no fit send it to me.
It's okay, no wahala.
Now, riffing that they call that one.
From us.
Everybody in a boss for a few.
You will hear from us.
And you just said something. I way talk say the fee said.
Estate A,
Estate B.
Don't carry the terms and conditions of Estate A to build. Say na in they give you. Read what it is that is the terms and conditions for that B.
Okay, but
ask questions.
Do I still have to get worried? I ask question now just in case I won't buy tomorrow. If all of them still they inside the same fence, like say they fit put different buildings now, like you don't talk, estate, and you go just get one particular fence. Do I still have to worry?
What I'm saying is that whatever you are buying, ask for the things that govern that thing. Okay. The terms and conditions of that thing that you are buying. Ask for it.
First ask,
read it. Ask questions when you are not clear. Some people are even, worse off. They would say, I've been buying land. You are not the only company I'm dealing with. I've been buying land from this. This is not the first one. That's not what they said in that place.
School fees are the same for us.
How will what they say in their own place be my own problem? Are we running the same company?
School fees not the same. If you carry your pikin go school, so must it be the one where go carry from
let the teacher for school go the teacher. Abi they serve maybe they serve pizza for break.
They do shawarma for the other side.
Why they
Azaro eledri.
Na government school you go.
Private no dey during that one.
So please, I'm begging. Ask for those terms and conditions and read them and ask questions. Very, very important, okay? I just digress there. Now, because our system, so the guy will buy 2 plots within 200. Next month go come.
Now
100 he go get.
Imagine.
He go pay. Another month go come. Whether him brother don't ask am, but they do one function for their village.
Money no dey.
He no go even pay anything.
He no go dey pick
what experience has shown us is that in all of these instrumental payments, a lot of the times, I can tell you categorically, more than 70% of the people default.
And in abroad, most of the people there don't default.
At all. And if you compare that ratio to the people that are abroad, that are buying, in fact, you would almost say their rate of default is 0.
Do you know why?
Because when they even have to default, they will seek for your permission, consent, agreement, and all. Because they know the consequence.
Do you know why?
Do you say you will come?
Yeah, you say you will come.
Those of us that do London and maybe America. You see,
not Yamoko. Yeah, you carry Yamoko.
Man learning weekend.
In 1 minute. Not be 1 minute.
Last weekend I went when I forgot my shaja. London. You see, when we do the tax system, lot of one it's so evident. If you don't bailiff will come. When bailiff come,
they will carry your
LAPD will come. SWAT will come. FBI will come.
What?
So,
what? Are you buying
You people will be there. You sleep in one garage with me. Well, it's been interesting. It's been very enlightening.
So it's very important. The guy would start defaulting 70% or more than defaults. Do you know the problem and the challenge with that? Now, in any markets, in any industry, there is room for you to sell to cover what they call no-show or this kind of default. You understand? In the airline industry, normally airlines, if they have 100 seats, they will sell like about 110 or 120 tickets because they know that
some people will
some numbers will not miss your flight, change their mind, whatever.
Some
of
us business might
so that they
don't
have empty seats so much. They usually sell a little above to cover. So there is always a percentage. Most industry work with. There is always a percentage, especially when you are selling land on installment like this. If you have 100 plots, you are not probably going to sell 100 plots, except you are not planning.
You sell
to
more than
deliver on that. You sell a little bit more than. So maybe 110, maybe 120 to accommodate for people that will have issues, that will not be able, because some people will even start, lose their job. And say, I can no longer continue. Wait, no, it's business. And if you plan to deliver as scheduled, you need to ensure that you have enough. I mean, they will tell you, any business strategist will tell you that is what you need to do. Okay? Now, what now happens is that in our case, the default rate is huge.
In such a way that there's enough room.
That what now happens for a lot of organizations that are not structured, they lose their head and they actually have, you can almost say they have no restriction. They have 100 plots and they are selling 1,000. They've sold to 1,000 people.
Because
I'm telling you,
there are a lot of defaulters.
They've sold to 1,000 people or even more.
And sir,
so they are over trading.
Why they sell to 1,000 persons? You as an expert, will you still say, despite that fact, they don't have any regret or rule in terms of because people did not meet up.
I'm saying it's bad. It's bad that the people are defaulting, but it's also utterly bad for the company to be selling that much.
Yes.
For a company to be selling that much, they will soon get into the temptation of having so much money and no responsibility to it because they won't see it clearly. You understand?
Sure, that's very
they will see, so they will start spending anyhow.
At least if they still do 100 to 150, maybe.
Not even 150 is even too much. You see, the issue is if somebody defaults, you should have ways of cutting it, nipping it in the bud. Such that maybe 3 months and all, you know that, hey, okay, we are revoking if you are not restructuring this payment. Otherwise, let's know how you want to be repaying. Or in some cases, for example, in our own case, we will charge you, we have a period where we give you window that when you are interested, you will come and pay surcharge rates.
I'll ask you a question.
Rather than selling to another person, start collecting another person's money and all of that.
And they won't have
Sorry, sir, I'll ask you a question, but before I ask you the question,
it's
pertinent to open the phone lines now. And as with the open phone line, a good make will let you know, say, they go display Engineer Debo contacts. But before all that, let's go on this short break. We shall be right back.
The best investment on earth is earth.
The issue of say make a person get house, make a person get land, make a person.
Property matter na serious business, so one of the best investments wey person fit get for life. Shey you be estate agent, surveyor, town planner, or you dey into furniture and you go like make the world sabi your level? Come advertise with us on top Property Matter wey dey shele for WAP TV for every Tuesday from 8:15 to 9 a.m.
For advert placement and sponsorship, make una call Stella Maris on top 070 3914 5229. Rebecca 070 6969 1950.
Okay, you're welcome back to Property Matter, explosive show na be as Savio Debo. The pieces matter on top the show. Yes, right about now, they go help us display in contact. Any question where they do your mind in yaga as far as property they concerned, feel free. WhatsApp the question again for that contact where they see. So now WhatsApp line be that. In go compile them. Make sure saying start with such questions on the next episode. So feel free, send your questions to Engineer Debo. Tabi anything we get to do with property matter. So sharply, sir, where you take stop, you say if person buy land, if default happen, and then I see they ask, okay, default happen now. Maybe something happen where I know if you meet up. Shall I go lose my money? Can't still lose my land join. Now two loss with that. Now two losses if possible.
Shey, double jeopardy.
Double jeopardy.
Well, not really, but it depends on what your terms and conditions say. So you still have to read those terms and conditions. Make you know, say, if I no fit complete this thing, wetin go happen? You go don't ask that question that time. You go don't get answers. You go know say you dissatisfied or not before you continue. When people default like that, they give. It's not good.
Sorry, sir.
But,
Let's just say. Okay, so guys, so that you don't get it mixed up, the one in the yellow box, you can see a WhatsApp number on it. So all you need to do, just after the show, now just for you to send your messages, your questions, you know, any question where you go like ask, maybe after Chief and I don't come up from studio, just send them to that number, and I'm very sure it will collect all of your questions and it will answer. But right now, you guys can call our studio lines and talk to Surveyor Debo. That's his name.
While we are here live, you can call us, okay, and have your questions answered. The other ones that you send to the WhatsApp, maybe we'll find a day and an episode where we will treat those questions. But you have the opportunity to still call live. So when people default like that, they then give room for companies who are not properly structured to derail. Okay. Yes, they derail them. Such that now, you that you are defaulting, you give them an excuse to be able to revoke you. Okay? To be able to revoke you because you've defaulted. They will revoke you, most of the time charge you admin fee because you are the one that defaulted and return back your money to you. But what has happened? They've collected your money over time if they've sold far much more, they've collected other people's money. So they are just collecting people's money to do business. And I'm telling you that that's why I tell people that, hey, when you are buying from an organization, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So you need, for you to be sure that this thing that I'm paying for, I will get it. There are people that have bought land from people. They took them to this place. And by the time they finish paying, they want to allocate them.
They took them to another place.
That they took them. And they will say, why? And they say, this place has finished. And in cases like that, some people, they are not even defaulters. But the company definitely has overtraded. It has sold more than he has here. And has gone to buy another one here. Meaning that there are a lot of people that are still paying, that it is another place that they will get.
And you tell them I want that.
You will see, you will see some people that will still be telling you by the side, we get it back.
You know, so you need to be careful. How do you, one of the things you need to do is, who is this company that you are buying from? That's your number one checklist. We didn't discuss that time, but you need to appraise this company.
Who is this company?
Because if you don't appraise the company, hey, you are buying land from this person. It's a marathon thing. There are a number of companies that have come and gone.
Yeah, sure.
You know? So you need to be sure. 3 things you need to check out.
Okay.
What's their experience like? Expertise. Do they know and understand this thing that they are doing? What's the constituent of their management, of their operation, of their board? Who are those that are there? Are they knowledgeable people in real estate?
Certified.
You understand? Do they understand? Do they have the knowledge? What's their track record in this industry? You understand? Do they have the expertise of what they are doing? Do you understand? Do they have the expertise?
Or people just throw table and chair in one room?
Exactly. Or somebody, because it's common in this industry to see somebody who sells from one company. After selling, because he's a good marketer,
He has experience.
he feels he's the one that has sold the most in the company. The next thing, you see a signboard, he has opened up his own. All he knows is how to sell. There are so many other things attached to the company and to the operation than selling. How to secure the land, how to make sure it is properly done, how to deal with professionals, how to deal with God, all of that. He will now be learning on the job with people's money. And a lot of times they run into serious difficulties that they can't recover from, and the company folds up, or the guy just bolts away. I mean, I still have a case in hand, a recent case. The guy is nowhere to be found now. His office is locked up.
Both away.
His office is locked up.
Both away.
And people that are bought from
him
are now at the mercy of the family, the landowning families. In fact, in some of his sites now, a lot of the Omoniles have encroached. Even the ones he has paid for, they are saying he has not paid.
Because it's not there.
And they are reselling to people.
Of course. They will take
This
that
he
chance.
has sold to people. Sometimes, in some cases, he has even allocated to those people. And it's nowhere now.
They are taking advantage of
If you trace that,
I
mean, now, so what's the expertise? Do they understand? What's their experience like? Okay? What's their experience like? The people, have they done this before? If they've not done this before as a company, individuals, in their individual capacity, have they done it before? You understand? You need to find out, because it's very, very important.
Somebody where they rent
very, very important
flat, you go contact saying himself, is into property.
I'm telling you. Then, what is their integrity level like? Honesty, integrity. Are they people that are mindful of? Do they even have a name to protect? Do they even have a name to protect? And I tell people, you see, all of these things does not just come by this is what they say. You have to research it. And there are things you look for. For example, when you talk about integrity and all of that, when a company tells me that they have integrity and all of that, I look at their structure. If you don't have a board, even if it is just advisory board, maybe you are the owner of the company, 100% ownership. You are the chairman, your wife is the executive director, your children are the other directors, your CAC arrangement. Fine, let's say that is how you started. I don't have a problem with that.
There's nothing bad.
But do you have an advisory board that you constituted, that is functional, that meets and decide on what the company should do and should not do? Do you have people that you've submitted yourself to, or you are the Lord of all? When you wake up on the right side of the bed, whatever you tell them in the office, that is the law.
Lord of all.
If that is how the company is structured, he's just one man dictating things. It's not structured. there is a problem. Even if the guy has integrity, all of us go through temptations.
Yeah, sure.
And there are times in our lives that it is the other party, it is the other person, it is the other quality people you've surrounded yourself with that will bring you back to line and say, "Oga,
So this is
why don't
that you are
we
talking
reason it
about.
this way?
I'm
Temper
not
justice
sure
is
this is how."
mercy.
They will look at it from another angle
angle.
and help you see reasons.
Yeah.
And because you've committed yourself to that system, you will learn, you will know, you will be prevented from making those mistakes.
to them.
So even if it is advice, if they don't have, it's a problem. For me, it's a red flag. I would ask myself, is this the kind of company I want to
That I
be
want
with?
to, yeah.
Who are their external auditors? Do they just pick one accountant somewhere who they can dictate what to do to? He doesn't know the quality of his whatever, or is the hunger supersedes.
Let him just audit and
Once they can give him money, he doesn't want to lose his
Yeah,
account and all. Or they have reputable organizations or audit firms
come
or
to
professionals who does their head. Because if they have proper, they would have told them, "Oga, your stock, you don't have stock. Your stock, you don't even have inventory. And you have money." People that means you are just creating liability for yourself because you are collecting money for what you don't have. And the ratio is too much.
Yeah.
It's far much more, it cannot be accepted. If I'm signing this and I'm saying everything is okay with your account, I'm jeopardizing
Your
my
future.
own profession.
Yeah.
And I cannot do it.
Yeah.
So, do they have good accountant? Or you see that the accountant always are resigning every time. They are external accountant. They are always external auditor. They are always resigning. Once they audit their account for 1 year or 2 years, they will run away because they see what they are seeing in the books. And they see that, the way these things are.
Like this, yes.
Even though, paparazzi will be out. By paparazzi, you will not know them.
So you don't go by...
In fact, by paparazzi, you will think that they are the best.
Yeah.
And they are doing fine.
I'm telling you.
Meanwhile, they are decaying
Because
on their
they
head.
even have money now. They have much more money than
do
they
the
have
paparazzi.
the business to do the paparazzi. So they will do. Who are their company secretaries? Is it just that they just have somebody who record their minutes? So these are structures of organizations. You can have internal, you can have external, quality things. These are the things you check out for.
Even their track record.
When you are dealing, when you are dealing with an organization, to be sure that, okay, I think I can deal with these people. I think they have structure enough to be able to. Otherwise, you will find yourself in a lot of mess. I mean, even well-structured organizations, by the nature of real estate business, they run into problems ordinarily.
How much more?
And they wither it and all of that. How much more? Somebody that is just the one head. The only head that is
Lord
good.
of all.
And is the Lord of all. So you need to be careful. I tell people that is number one thing you should look out for.
Okay, we have a caller, Adewale from Oshun. How are you doing, Dewale?
I'm fine.
Yeah, good morning. Our anchor man is here. Any question or contribution?
No, I saw your message on Facebook that you have having a TV and all this AC.
Now we have what?
I see that you are selling TV.
Selling
TV. I think you are calling the wrong number. Please check the number. You are calling a live show now, Diwali.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. If they are selling
TV station is selling
TV station, I don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very important that you look at those things. Because at the end of the day, when an organization is well structured, now let me tell you this buy and pay in installments is still, should I say, is still in its infancy as an industry.
Okay.
Because I would say that it started maybe around 2005, 2005 was when it started. So it's over 10 years now.
Okay.
And a lot of things, I still have colleagues that we still rub minds together as to the challenges we are experiencing on projects that are 10 years, more than 10 years
20
old.
years.
10 years, more than 10 years old, that we're experiencing and how we have been mitigating the risk to ensure that things continue to happen. Now, a lot of people don't even know those intrigues. For example, look at when we first started, let me just paint a picture, for example. When people buy from these kind of transactions, a lot of the times when they buy what we call primary market, meaning when the company is just started selling and selling directly to the public, a lot of the people buying are buying for investment purposes, speculative. reasons, okay? They want to buy and make money on it, maybe be able to sell it later in life. It could be 10 years, it could be 5 years, it could be whatever. Okay? Now, when we first started, what we used to do is that once you buy, we tell you that you pay for the other documentation, and then we will allocate you.
Okay.
We will give you your land. We start allocating from the front like that. We realized after about 3-4 years of allocating, a lot of plots, that hardly will anybody come forward to say they want to build.
Start something on it.
And the few ones that come forward, unfortunately, a lot of the times, they are the ones that are still far off. When we go to the estate now, you have maybe 100 plots. Me, I've come to build. My own plot is now 47. But the person who owns plot 1, plot 20, they are not coming.
Sorry, we have
So,
Taiwo, Chief.
Okay,
We
Taiwo
have
from
Taiwo.
Lagos.
Good morning, Taiwo. Taiwo, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome
Good morning,
to the show,
Mr.
sir.
Taiwo.
Yeah, I'm calling from Aja.
Ojo.
Oh,
Okay.
he said Aja.
Aja, okay. This
Go
go on.
ahead.
Yeah, I actually want to know the issue of this government tax. This money that they used to pay on land use charge.
Okay.
What are the repercussions for not paying that anything? Because government is not even doing anything for us like that. So we want to know if you are paying or you are not paying. What is the
Okay.
Well, to answer your question straightforward, if you are not paying, you run the risk. They will seal your house. They have the power to seal your house. You will not be able to access your house. And if it goes bad enough, they can sell your house to recover the money.
They confiscate.
Yeah. That's how,
Straight
that's,
up.
just answering you so that we are not beating about the bush. So it's important actually that you go. If you have any issue, they have an office in Alausa there. You can go there and talk to them what your issues are. They usually listen and they can resolve the ones that they can resolve, and you guys can come to an amicable whatever. They have offices in local government and areas, and then they have their central office in Alausa. Okay? So rather than not paying, I would ask that you go and engage them regarding whatever issue you are having and see how you can resolve that.
Okay. I'm sure I got that.
Adewale, I hope that helps.
That's
Taiwo, I hope that helps you.
I'm sure.
Okay. So, can you remind me where I was?
You were actually making us realize that the issue of you were talking about being the Lord of all.
No, we don't pass that one. No.
Okay.
You done the first one. You said we're looking into three things. And the first
No,
one
I've
was
done
only-
the 3. I've done expertise, experience, integrity.
That's where actually the last
Okay,
thing I had
Last
talking
okay.
about you should check their track record.
Okay,
Their
and
track
all
record,
of
yes.
those. So it's important that you know who you are dealing with. Very, very important that you know who you are dealing with. Otherwise, it could be a problem for you. That's just it. So I was trying to share an example, an experience we had. That was where we are. Yes.
As if you
So
mark
that
they will
so
mark
we
the place people
so
don't
we
come back.
allocate a lot
Yeah, he
of
said,
a lot
okay,
of the
first,
funds,
second
they will not
person
come
is
out.
and all of
around.
that, and
Yeah.
they will not come. And the ones that will come, unfortunately, a lot of the times are in far off places. So when you take them, because when we are allocating, we will clear the whole place.
Sure.
We will clear the whole place, allocate, everything will be clean. People think in their mind that is how the
It's
land
going
will
to
remain.
be, yes.
Forgetting that rain will fall.
Rain will fall,
grasses will
6
grow.
months time, you will not realize, recognize that was the place that you were allocated.
Yeah.
Because it will have grown up again. You understand? And we cannot keep clearing.
Okay,
We have Ibrahim.
Because that will be cost.
Ibrahim. Good morning, Ibrahim.
He's gone. What happened?
Ibrahim, I think we lost Ibrahim. So, what we do is we then thought about what do we do to correct this. People buying for speculation want the place to appreciate. People want to build, also want to stay in a safe area. Thank God from day one in our allocation, we are told people as we are giving you have 18 months to come and develop. If you don't develop within 18 months, we have the right to reallocate you. Not that you will lose your land, but we have the right to reallocate you. You understand?
Shift you to another
So we
place.
waited for all of them to be like 2 years.
Okay.
And the ones that did not come up, we wrote them and said, if you don't come in another 3 months, just know that this place will be reallocated. And we'll start allocating as people come. And that's how we started reallocating people and now put measures in that will show us that you are really ready to start work.
Okay.
Before we give you all the allocation papers. So that now we now have people living there.
Okay.
We now have project, development going at least in some defined pattern. You can see that, okay, development is going towards this area.
Okay.
That's how we're able to address that. But it took, what I'm telling you, took us nothing less than about 8 years to come to establish that this is the best way to do this thing. Otherwise, the estate would just remain as virginal. A lot of people will say, I'm coming. When you take them to the bush, say, I'm coming, I'm coming. You will never see them again. How would they come and develop inside the bush there? But as soon as we were able to start reallocating, they were encouraged because now beside me is somebody doing fence. Beside me, somebody is doing foundation and all of that. I mean, I was quite impressed when the first person that ever lived in our estate, 2012, moved in August. The guy moved in August. As at the time, we had not even finished with the electricity we are connecting. We finished the next month, September. Immediately he moved in, other people. Now there are people living there, okay, in a number of these estates. But you will see that a number of these people still don't know this. They've not even come to the realization. So when you go to the estate they started 10 years ago, it's still virgin.
Let's take Joseph.
Because they are still having this problem.
Sorry, sir. Let's take Joseph. Joseph, good morning. Good morning, Joseph.
Oh, what's going on with
Joseph is lost again. Wow. I think we are having problem with the network.
Yeah.
Joseph was from Lagos.
But notwithstanding, you guys can tailor your questions.
So send your
WhatsApp,
questions exactly to my WhatsApp number, and then we can take it in one of the episodes. Okay. Yeah. So that's why and how we encourage people to say, hey guys, this is how this is supposed to run. Yeah. So there are adjustments happening every now and then. You know, a lot of us that started way back are probably, you know, well established. We've gone through all the experiences. Yeah. We've fine-tuned our process. But there are a number of these new ones or people that are not so experienced or exposed that are still making that same mistake. So you still have their estate. So somebody buying for speculation cannot get leverage because the place is bush, but he's holding paper. The person that wants to live there cannot get leverage because he's inside the bush that they allocated him. He cannot go and stay inside jungle by himself. All of them are at a standstill. It's a checkmate. Nobody is moving forward. Nobody is moving backwards. Okay, until you redirect. And your terms and conditions. For example, one of the things in our terms and conditions and in most organization terms and conditions is that, hey, the things here may change. Okay. But once they change, we'll be able to communicate to you the position. You understand? Because especially when the stuff is still in its infancy, we should have, for every agreement, there is room for renegotiation. Yeah, sure. We should have a process whereby we can say, hey, this is what I've noticed though. We need to make an amendment to this process. Some terms and conditions, if they did not experience the need for that, they may not have it there. You know, so it's important that you check all of these things because like I said, and I will repeat again in closing, when you are buying land, it's not a sprint. It's not beyond 100 meters.
A marathon.
Not
Look
beyond
at the
100
one
meters.
we even talk, say it take 8 years.
For us to go through that process and know what works, what doesn't work.
8 years
now marathon.
You know,
been in this business for, more than 14 years now. So you can imagine, you need to check those terms. In fact, it starts from checking the terms and conditions, number one, and not thinking that you are smarter than the company and defaulting. Do what you can handle, because by the time you start defaulting, you start giving them room and power to be able to work on your whatever, be able to do you anyhow, refund you, revoke you and refund you, and then lead the company, if you are not careful and if they are not also properly structured, to the temptation of overtrading. Because what happens with them is then that they wanted to sell 100 plots. They wanted to sell it for 12 months. You can imagine, maybe they'll be collecting 100,000 naira every month. Meaning that they will collect 1.2 in 12 months. Okay? For 100 plots, meaning that they would have collected 120 million, or was it? You understand? Yeah. That's what they planned to do. But if they sold to 100 people and 70% of them do not fulfill, it means that in 12 months, what they will have is just 33.6 million or 36 million out of 120 million. They will never be able to deliver that project. Yeah. So what they will now do is, instead of selling to 100 people, so that they can get money to continue
back.
to do the
Yes,
project.
yes.
Maybe 300 or
Or
400.
1,000.
1,000.
Because somebody, I mean,
Just collect
we've
money
had
from-
instances. I mean, there was a time we were reviewing it's funny how there was a time we were reviewing and we've seen a number of people, quite a number, who paid just the first installment.
And they couldn't continue.
And we never saw them again.
And they will feel they've used that one to hold you
And
down.
some people come back 10 years after
Come and tell you that.
to now
we
say,
paid
hey,
now.
I have land here. But there is a land I was buying. I want to know the status so I can know how to continue. Land you were buying. Some of them will say, I have land. By the time you check their record, they only paid 1 installment or 2 installments. And the transaction that they should have finished maybe 10 years ago, they are coming back now to say that they want to see how they can finish. I say, oh, you don't have land. Yes, you have money with us. You've paid 20,000 naira. That will be removed. That will refund you.
You will remove your...
Also charge now. Admin charge now.
Admin charge.
So you don't have land. You can't have land that way. It's not possible. You can't pay for 2 installments and come back in 10 years and say, no, it doesn't work that way.
If you are not ready, it's even better you don't start it.
Exactly. And these are things that... And it's because we don't have a credit system.
Yes.
You know, there is no credit system. Well, we have, but it's still limited to the banking sector. So when you borrow money and you don't pay back, your credit record goes to your credit bureau. But you see, paying rent, paying some of these things, all of this is supposed to be adding to our credit record. That's why abroad they take it serious.
Yes.
That's to their credit record.
Our credit card.
They can spoil their credit
I
record.
have a credit card, actually.
It can spoil credit.
Our credit card, we don't use it to
Oh,
pay.
is that what you're saying?
You are saying the same thing.
So thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Having you.
Keep enlightening us.
This episode. We look forward to having you next time. Please don't forget, you can follow me on my social media handles, Debo Adejana on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm sure that the questions, please send them to our WhatsApp number. We'll collate them and find one episode where we'll trash them. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Like you take say no be play. Nobody go watch Property Matta where you no go get 1 or 2 things where you go write down. Tabi where the show self no go galvanize or motivate you, say you must do something for yourself. From my own side, I say thank you very much. Good morning once again. And Slimy.
Yes, thank you so much, guys, for watching. We get to see you guys again tomorrow.
Okay, from Debo.
Thank you once again. We appreciate you that you're always here listening to us.
Send your questions.
Let's continue to stay tuned. Send your questions, please. Thank you.
Do that.
Okay, on that
See you next week. Bye.
Thank you very much. See you. Bye.
Thank you for watching.